Hi, Collective. It's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and I want to do an energy check in today. It is Beltane at this point, but I also want to start with this Eagle Spirit card. This came to me in a meditation, so I feel like there's a message here, and that is with my Angels and Ancestors deck. So we will start with those to get a baseline and jump into some messages from Spirit and see what we have for this Beltane season. All right, so I thank you all so much for being here, and I just want to check in and see where we're at. All right, Spirit, please give me some, oh, there we go, something to go along with this Eagle Spirit. Okay, so we have High Priestess, Harness Mystic Power, and a bunch flew out over here. Let me see if I can grab those. Okay, we also got Winter, Take Care of Your Needs. Wise One, Grow Within Your Current Situation. And High Priest. Oh, wow. Okay, I think last time I pulled from this deck, I got this combination as well with the High Priest and the High Priestess. In the last reading, they were facing away from each other. Now they're facing towards each other. So this is crazy. I look forward to getting into this. All right. Bottom of the deck is Autumn. Release the old and rest. And then we also have Winter here. So let's take a look first at the Eagle, because again, that came to me in a meditation, and I really wanted to start the reading with that today. So the Eagle stands for seeing from a higher perspective. Look at things from a different angle, fly higher, and see new possibilities. Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you are feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. All right. So I did read additionally about the eagle spirit, about how they do help you to see things from a higher perspective. They are the highest flying bird out there, lots of wisdom, lots of strength. So you are being called to rise up and see things from a different perspective. Now, you could be, I've used this reference before in other readings, the small little mouse in the forest who can only see the one tree in front of them. But there is literally a whole forest around you. So what this message is calling you to do is to not focus on either the tiny, minute details of a situation or only seeing that one tree in front of you that may be being lost or decaying, ready to fall down. Maybe it caught fire, whatever the situation is. But something in your life needs to go. And you're being called to look at the bigger picture and to see why it needs to go. So if you have something that's holding you back, not holding your back, maybe it is time to assess your ego in the situation and to figure out why you're being held back from something and not seeing the bigger picture. And fly high up and see everyone's point of view. Now, we can't always see everyone's point of view. We can try. We can fly up and say, okay, this is how I feel. This is me in this giant forest. Let me see if I can at least look at someone else's point of view and see how they may feel in this situation and approach a situation with compassion. So even if it means you're the one with the ego, let it go, figure it out for yourself. But if you know that it's not you and it's someone else that's the problem, those are the people that you need to let go and get out of your life. So that is your message from Spirit. And again, the eagle visited me too, so I'm not exempt from that message. All right, let's get over to the High Priestess. And this is harness mystic power. Align with the light and focus on all things positive. The High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has had many names throughout time and space, but her essence has remained similar: fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the High Priest. And you can see that they face each other and mirror each other's energy. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you're unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal, the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. So for those of you listening who are divine feminines, even if you're a masculine, you're being called at this time to harness your mystic power. Trust your intuition. And that message has honestly been coming out in my cards here in my readings for quite a while. So it's not a new message. We've all heard this before. And I'm sure that if any of you listen to any other platforms, you're also hearing pretty similar messages. This is us going within and listening to our guides, to our higher self, to our intuition, to our gut feelings, and harness it. So you have the power to manifest whatever it is that you desire, but you have to learn how to harness your mystic power first. Now, you can choose to call on goddesses. You have lots of angels, ancestors, guardian angels, archangels, spirit gods, goddesses, your higher self, spirit animals. I mean, there's an animal on every single one of these cards. So any of these could apply to you. That looks like a hawk, likely. We have a raven and an owl, a wolf, a cat, and an eagle. So any of those might relate to you and might be someone you need to call on. Now, 2 of these are related to God and Goddess. So up to you how you want to harness that power. But, in wolf land, they can run in a pack or they can run singular. So that's also something to harness. You may work well together with a group of people, or you may do best on your own. Either way, wolves are wolves, and they know what they need. They go out and hunt for their prey, and they acquire things for themselves. So let's jump into the wolf. Sorry, it's winter technically, but it is a wolf on there. So this is take care of your needs, do everything you need to be at your best, then move beyond your fears and limitations. For many in the animal realm, winter is a time of hibernation and retreat. You may wish to curl up in a ball too, But although you may not feel as bright as you'd like to be, a primal force within is encouraging you to continue. The winter card features a wolf, one of few animals that stay active all year round. Wolves know what it's like to work alone or thrive within a pack. So if you feel you need to go at it alone this time, know that wolf medicine will help you move beyond your insecurities and relax in your own space. You have the opportunity to move beyond your fears. Although you may feel in the dark, get comfortable with being in the unknown and trust that the light within you will sustain you through what may seem like a challenging process. Ask yourself what you need to do to feel supported and alive. You may uncover something from your past that you have buried deep. Know that when you unearth it and shed light on it, you create space for miracles. You may feel like a lone wolf right now, but it's time for you to be the alpha. When the winter card arrives in the future position, that's kind of in the middle, it can also indicate that the coming winter will usher in important energies with regard to your question or intentions. Okay? So, very similar to what I said, they can run together in a pack or go solo. It's up to you to decide how you want to proceed. If you are choosing to go alone, you're basically being called to go within, go into a hermit mode, and journey within, not involving others. Now, again, if you want your animal spirits or your guides with you, you can absolutely have them with you because, that will help you tremendously. But it may not be the right time to have others in your physical three-dimensional world near you for this because, again, most of them are not even going to understand what you're going through. Now, if you can find someone to journey with, like a shaman or, a high priestess or high priest, that's another story. That's kind of like finding your teacher and then letting them guide you through your journey. So however it is that you're choosing to go within, it's your choice. Together or by yourself. Whatever works best for you. All right, let's get over to the wise one. This is grow within your current situation. Knuckle down. Be reliable and committed. Be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. The wise one represents the wisest aspect of the goddess, the crone. In paganism and modern Wicca, the crone is the fiercest, most psychic, and most aware aspect of the goddess because she has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. On this card, the raven in her hands represents the capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again. So she helps you to tap into wisdom to overcome whatever life throws at you. Wisdom being the information stored in your soul rather than the knowledge acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. The wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you are being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. Okay, so being that it's the crone, I am seeing, again, a lot of growth here. So that is also another message that keeps coming up in my readings lately. So we're being called to grow. And because we have now the crone, this is tremendous growth. This is not only physical growth in our three-dimensional world, but this is spiritual growth. This is all of our knowledge and lessons that we've learned in our lifetime we're taking with us. We're moving forward. So with all the tools that we've been given along the way, this is what we're using now to move forward. And, they do say that because the crone has lived a long time, she knows a lot, she's fierce, she's taken all of her lessons to move forward, and she has tremendous psychic ability. So, again, we're working on that over here, learning to run with ourselves or with a pack, knowing that it's beneficial for different reasons in both scenarios. You know, the times we're being called to be alone for the time are when we're going within and digging up things from our past and addressing them, transmuting the darkness to light. Once you have accomplished that, you become wiser, more experienced, more knowledgeable. All right, let's get over to this high priest. This is intend and create. Recognize that you have the power to change your life. Face your fear and align with the light. In many traditions, the high priest is the physical embodiment of the divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between the worlds and is able to not only to divine the future, but to help create it too. He may be a leader in his spiritual tradition or in pagan traditions be second to the high priestess, but he is always spiritually connected and disciplined, with great respect for his creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent the spiritual figure, leader, or teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. You are a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and connected than you may think. Everything that you are giving attention and energy to at this time is creating your way forward. There have been some setbacks, but accept these experiences as they have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. Know that you are being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies toward what you want to grow, heal, and expand, and then watch it happen right before your eyes. Okay. Beautiful energy there. All right. Let's move over to some messages of the Cosmic Oracle. I want to just kind of play on this. Now, I know I didn't get into too much of it with stress of what this means, but I did mention that we have a divine couple here. We have a divine feminine and a divine masculine. And it does say that they're mirroring each other. Now, I pulled this card out because, again, now this is about seeing the higher perspective. So if we want to imagine that this eagle is kind of above this whole situation, you know, we have the feminine looking this way, learning to run in a pack or solo, taking lessons to move forward, growth with wisdom. Then we have the masculine who's also facing the same thing. Now, they may have learned these lessons in reverse. You know, maybe the masculine already learned to take the lessons and move forward, but didn't learn how to be solo. And the feminine learned the solo aspect first and is now becoming the wise one. So however this is mirrored across each other, the eagle is here to overlook this entire situation. And each are being called to do the same. To see what the overall picture is and not just maybe what you're seeing on your half of the mirror. So whether you're the feminine seeing this side or the masculine seeing this side, you're being called to see the whole picture. And that's likely what we've been missing in our lives. Again, you're in the forest, you see the one tree, you see the one obstacle in front of you. You cannot see beyond that. But what you're failing to see here is your divine partner. Your divine partner is out there looking at you, mirroring you, learning similar lessons, and ready to move forward. All right, let's jump into some of these Cosmic Oracle. So be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. Yep. So I'm guessing that is a lesson that we are learning because, again, we know that showing up as our not authentic selves is not what's going to get you your divine partner. If you show up, either one of you, in front of each other with a mask on, both are going to know right away. If you are both in your authentic energy, then that's what's going to prosper. Your life is so special. Treat it with loving care. Okay. Guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. Okay. So there may have been some situation in the past that occurred between the masculine and the feminine. And whatever it was, there may be some residual guilt on either side. I'm not pointing fingers, but you're being called to release whatever you're holding on to. And again, that could be part of you going within and doing your inner work, knowing that you're special. And again, that could be a self-worth lesson, self-confidence, self-esteem. That's what that I'm relating it to. As far as the guilt goes, maybe there were things said between you or things done that felt like a betrayal or, otherwise. Again, every person's situation is going to be slightly different. But there is some guilt being held on to, and you're being called to release that. And that may be something that, as was stated over here, was dug down or shoved down deep, and now you're being called to release it. Okay, what else do we have, please, Spirit? All right, you have the power to create the life you love. Remember that. Let your feelings out, all of them, even the ones that scare you. Okay, yep. So, aside from the guilt, that could be a reason that there has been a disconnect or a separation between these two. There has definitely been hidden emotions, hidden authenticity, and even hidden power. Neither one of you were fully aware of the power you held in your own life. And letting the feelings out could have been very scary for one or both of you. So whether one of you held back saying I love you to the other, or held back that they feel guilty about something, or, hey, you're so special, I want you in my life. Whatever it is that was held back, you're being called to release it. Even if it is scary as hell. It's going to work out in your favor because I'm getting solar plexus right now. A lot of you did shove something down deep, but it's eating you up inside. You shoved it down because it was too scary to deal with at the time, whether it was love or guilt or shame or whatever the feeling was. You shoved it down. It's easier for me to shove it down and not face it. But what happens in that situation is it comes back with a vengeance. So anything that you shove down out of the way, it comes back. And not only does it come back stronger. It reminds me of the telltale heart in Edgar Allan Poe. That heartbeat underneath the floorboards, it's just constantly beating. And he can't take it anymore. So this is very much like that. Our hearts want something. They very strongly want something. But if we keep ignoring it and shoving it down, we're missing out on a great opportunity here. Because this is a divinely led partnership. Spirit wants you to be together. And in fact, these reminders, the synchronicities that you're getting about this other person cannot be avoided. And they're there for a reason. So it's time to face whatever has been shoved down about this divine partnership that we're ignoring. Okay. All right, we got a few more there. Take responsibility for your choices. This is your life to live. Own it. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Reboot? Focus on the good in your life. And then one more. Stop looking outside yourself for answers. You already know them. Yep. Just leave that there. It's like the oddball. And then bottom of the deck is look around and find some signs. The universe is definitely speaking to you. So with this, I'm getting that it is about your counterpart. You're being called to look at the bigger picture, Go within, use your knowledge and lessons to move forward. And I'm hearing too, we're going to get it right this time. So you may have done things a certain way in the past with this partner, and this may be a new partner. But I'm gathering that if it is a new partner, you're going to still take your lessons and your knowledge and put it into this divine partnership. If it is a divine partner coming back as like a healed version of themselves, you're both going to take all of this with you into the new partnership and say, okay, maybe we didn't do it the best way before, but we're going to get it right this time. See if we can get some Beltane messages to go with this. What do we have to go with this message, please, Spirit? Okay, we have sex magic. I draw on my body with an invisible blade carved with the bliss of lustrous teeth. It is in the allure that I will meet blood and flesh. And of course I picked this card. There's a bunch of naked ladies dancing around on it. I don't know if you can see that, but there they are. All right, what else do we have? Okay, that one wanted to fly out. Milk and butter. Like the silk of one's flesh, I am the giver. I am your eternal. Okay. Oh, that one went flying also. Hand fastings. The pulse through all that I am. No hidden form is left untouched. I am willing, I am risking, for I yearn for unity spilled lustrously on my lips. Okay. Hand fasting is kind of like a marriage ceremony. They're binding their hands together to unite their souls. So that's beautiful in comparison to that up there. And we have wildcat. Be still and tune in, for there is something afoot lurking alongside you. Okay. All right, let's read on these. So we'll start with sex magic. This is being uninhibited. I draw on my body with an invisible blade carved with the bliss of teeth. It is in the allure that I will meet blood and flesh. Among many cultures and for years, women have been forced to deny their sexuality, either through objectification or by the patriarchal system attempting to limit their sexual gratification. Women who did feel free to express their sexuality were judged and exiled, and many were labeled witches, as though that was a dirty word. Witches are often thought to be lustful women who give themselves up to the devil. This imagery is rooted in some truth, for sex magic is a real and useful tool, although it has nothing to do with evil. Also, witches are certainly liberated, be thy male or female. Sex magic is simply harnesses the creative energy of passion and the restorative energy of orgasm as a way to power your deepest desires. Consider this your initiation. You are being guided to disinhibit your spirit so that you may move forward in a natural and authentic way. Those who do not understand your freedom are limited by their own self-consciousness and social constraints. Likewise, those who do not support you in acting upon your desires are lashing out for fear of not fulfilling their own. Their lack of freedom attempts to box you in because they are not ready to receive such a gift. Sad as it may be, their lack of enlightenment is not a reason to keep your soul bound in solidarity. If you find yourself among those who do not support your passion, now may be a time to self-exile and seek more illuminated and open-minded relationships. All right. That goes along with these, because you are being called, again, if things aren't working out for you in your life with the people that you surround yourself with, you're being called to go at it alone. Now, let's talk about what they're referring to in here with orgasm. They do say that it is the strongest form of manifestation. If you right about at the climax point, think about what it is you're trying to manifest, that energy goes out into the cosmos and comes back to you tenfold. So I don't know how many of you have tried it, how many of you believe in it, but it is real. It does exist. So next time you are with another person, remember that as you or they are climaxing, keep in mind what you are thinking about and what they are thinking about. We don't want to take on the energies of other people if they do not have our best intentions. Okay? So they say that, like, I'm trying to think of how to word this. Like, casual sex is one of the worst forms of energy exchange, because all you're doing is picking up on that other person's energy. And if you don't know them and it's just like a one night stand, you don't know what kind of crap they're dealing with or what you're taking on energetically from them. By getting involved in an energy exchange with someone, you are agreeing with your bodies to take on whatever it is that they have. So if you're the healer and they are the taker, just an example, you're inviting their chaos into your life. And it can take a while to get that stink off you. So choose to use this however you see fit. It's up to you if you want to go around inviting other people's energy into your own energy. But you're also being invited to do it yourself. Invite your own energy and manifest that way. It does work. All right, let's get over to milk and butter. This stands for belief. Like the silk off one's flesh, I am the giver, I am your eternal. The universe always provides no matter your circumstances, and milk and butter is here to remind you to lean on spirit for all of your needs. Spirit is your eternal provider, your unlimited source of nourishment. All that is required is your belief. An intention given to the universe has no power if you don't believe it will be answered. Milk and butter brings the message of faith. If you have not seen your dreams coming to fruition, it is because deep down you are not a believer in your magic. This could be a subconscious decision, one that you aren't even aware of. Perhaps you have set an intention for increased abundance, but express your lack of belief in words such as money doesn't grow on trees. Or maybe you have worked a spell for business success only to later question whether or not that you have what it takes to be successful. A lack of faith can and often is expressed in the quiet doubts and criticisms of your mind. But a witch who is tapped into Source knows that all of her questions will be answered and all of her desires met. Love it. So I'm also getting with this that whether you've got to do it yourself, you can manifest your desires. You don't need anyone else to do it. But be careful of that inner voice, okay? So again, with the guilt, you have the power. And what I'm also gathering here is to quiet that inner critic. So as long as you are authentic and you take responsibility for yourself, you have the power. So this one here is also about, do your thoughts need a reboot? Reboot. Focus on the good in your life. So that's what's manifesting. So if you are trying to manifest something and you've got that inner critic, that's what we need to focus on getting rid of. Because it's not serving your needs, it's not doing you any good. In fact, it's probably hindering your progress. All right, let's get over to hand fasting. This stands for unity. The pulse through all that I am. No hidden form is left untouched. I am willing, I am risking, for I yearn for unity, spilled lustrously on my lips. You do not have to go it alone. Sacred One, as help and support are available to you. There are people in your orbit who wish to be a part of your sacred journey. It can feel as though you are taking a risk and trusting someone else with the most important parts of your life. This is true, but partnerships have the potential to transform into lifelong systems of support and joy if you let them. You have pulled handfastings because your situation requires the help of another. If you are struggling in your business or career, consider finding a business partner with the skills that you lack. If you're struggling to complete a project on your own, seek a guide or mentor who can teach you the methods so that you don't have to waste your time. If you're struggling to make ends meet, consider asking loved ones for a little bit of help. There is no shame in seeking a helping hand, especially from those who are already devoted to you. This is what partnerships are about. They are a give and take without keeping score. Okay. So this partnership could be this divine relationship, but it could also be a teacher. So there are a few things referenced in there, and it is about leaning on support. So whether you're leaning on the support of your divine counterpart, or if a teacher is coming in to help you out. So the wise one to me is screaming out teacher, although I also feel that this is us growing into that. So take that as it resonates. But you are leaning on support of others, knowing that you can trust someone else. Now that trust, we don't give it away willy-nilly, okay? It's typically earned. Don't spill all your heart and soul out on the first date and then get rejected. You know, that's painful. But what we've learned in our lessons here from the past is take things slow. Learn truly who someone is before we put all of our trust into them. Put all of our eggs in one basket. Some people can be deceptive, and I believe that's what this card's going to take us to. Okay? So when you meet your divine counterpart, it will feel natural. It will feel easy. It will flow. If you come up against some sort of opposition, chances are one or both of you is not being your authentic self, and you still may be having a wall up or a mask up. And this can't work with that. Now, you may choose to stay with this person and work through that. That's on you. That's your discernment to do that. If you feel that, you know, hey, we're close, but maybe we just got to work on your guard, your walls, or my guard, my walls. You know, are you willing to work with me? Okay, good. Let's work together. That's your choice. I'm not condoning that you get into a relationship where either of you are putting masks up. You know, you must show up as your authentic self. And that may be a lesson that needs to be learned between the two of you. All right, let's get over to this wildcat. All right, so this stands for danger. Be still and tune in, for there is something afoot lurking alongside you. There are forces swirling around you that have missed your eye, like a ferocious cat lurking silently in the trees. Someone or something is nearby that does not have your best intentions in mind. Wildcat has appeared in your spread to warn you that all is not as it seems. You may have felt an unease creeping along your spine, or perhaps you've picked up on a sense of danger but have questioned the validity of what you feel because your eyes are seeing a different picture. Trust in your instincts, as they are letting you know that something isn't right, even if you don't have proof. Be especially careful if your question is about a specific person. They may be hiding something from you, and whether it's good or bad remains unseen. Be discerning with your time, resources, and information, only sharing what is absolutely necessary and gathering all information before you make any further decisions. If you have pulled Rowan alongside the wildcat, then know that this will be resolved in your favor. You are sacred. All right, we did not get Rowan. So I did get into that. Let's talk about it, because over here we're talking about freely expressing ourselves with sex magic. Now, when you have someone that doesn't have your best interest afoot, you could be tangled up in that. So, again, as I stated before, when you choose to bond with someone, okay, however the bond occurs, that could be a marriage, that could be a business partnership, a friendship, whatever your bond is, you are exchanging information, you are exchanging energy. Even if you have your walls up and you're bonding with them from a cold place, energy is still being exchanged. So I'm going to give you an example of that with the walls up. You may have entered into a relationship where both of you were either emotionally immature, had some trauma bond, and had your walls up and didn't want to fully open your heart or fully be authentic. So maybe you let little glimpses of you show here and there, or this person did. One or both of you. And again, this doesn't have to be the divine partnership I'm referencing here. This may not even be that. But it could also maybe be a past version of your divine counterpart that this occurred with. So take it as it resonates. Between these two things, you are agreeing to exchange energy. And somebody may seem like an ideal partner, or that they're coming in their authentic self, but your gut intuition may tell you otherwise, and maybe you ignored it. Okay? So what you're being called to do is to go solo for a little bit. Maybe don't engage with this person that you may have some inkling about that they're not for your highest good. Try to go out and do your inner work by yourself. And that even includes the orgasms. Try it yourself for a little while. And I want you to just pay attention to how different your energy shows up. It's going to be amazing to you. If you're truly able to do this, it's amazing. Because if we're being honest here, part of you probably already knows that the exchanges are not always great and that something seems amiss. Try not indulging in this with that person for a while. Try days, weeks, months, years, and just see how different you show up in the world. And also see how different this person reacts to you. Because I guarantee that if there is someone in your energy that's taking something from you, over here, taking, they're going to get mad and upset that they're not getting that from you anymore. Again, they're taking your energy, but what are they returning? The return is likely not something good that's benefiting you in any way. You're probably taking on their burdens, their crap. They're releasing their burdens to you, and you're stuck with it. Or maybe it's their cold energy, the walls, the blocks. You know, I don't want to open my heart all the way, but I'll have sex with you. That's different. So I just want to say to be careful. Okay? This is the message from Spirit. It was an interesting one today. So let's get some closing messages directly from Spirit and see what comes out. All right, Spirit. What closing messages do we have for this reading today? Okay. Go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Look at your life in its entirety. Acknowledge any old wounds and then release them. Use what they taught you as added strength. Keep moving forward with a renewed sense of confidence. Holy cow. This sums up literally everything. Everything. I love it. So again, we have Spirit saying, you know who you are. Look at your life in its entirety. See the whole picture. Take with you only the lessons. Acknowledge any wounds that you have and release them. You need to just breathe in and let it go. You have the power to create the life that you love. Okay? When there are questions you need assistance with, go inward. Yep, that message also came out earlier. Sit with yourself, meditate on the question, ask for our help also. Then trust your intuition, as most often the answer and guidance will be delivered to you intuitively. We are with you always. Yep. It is time to stop letting worry rule you. Instead, get excited about your future and all that it will bring. What energy and emotion you put out comes back to you. With a little conscious effort on your part, that happy ending can and will be yours. Believe that. There's your happy ending. Right there. But we need to release something first. Pay attention to the red flags. Someone does not have your best interest near you. Now, it doesn't have to relate to sex. I just went there because I wanted you guys to be aware of the energy exchange that we commit to when we get involved with someone, especially when they don't have our best interest. Now, let's get into a situation like this where someone does have your best interest. This energy right here is very healing. Now you have two givers being put together, your masculine and your feminine, and they are healing one another with their sexual energy. Now neither one are looking to take anything from the other person. It's all about, what can I give you? And receive it. Sorry, I just heard a ringing in my ear. And receive it with love and reciprocate it with even more love. I mean, if you can't even imagine how that feels, maybe you haven't experienced it yet, but it's out there waiting for you. You have to let go of something first. Okay. Instead of pushing yourself so hard, stop, breathe, and reevaluate. You are doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. Don't wear yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It is not worth it. Balance your time more wisely. Yeah. And I'm also gathering that with the exhaustion, you have someone draining your energy. I don't know for you in your life, because again, there's so many involved in the collective, and this message goes out to thousands of people, millions of people, I don't know. Someone or some situation is draining your energy. I have to say it because you probably already know who it is and what it is. You have to get rid of it. And if you don't, it's going to put you in this energy of constantly feel like you are pushing so hard and it feels like you're never going anywhere. You're wearing yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It's not worth it, Spirit says. It's not worth it. Sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers that you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. Well, that's a beautiful message. Heck yeah, it's almost over. Heck yeah. No matter how much you are being tested or pushed right now, stand your ground and push back. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth. so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this. Yes. That is your final closing message there. That is saying that even if you try to push something out of your life and there is resistance, guess what? You're stronger. You're going to push back and say, no. I don't care what you're holding over my head, whatever the guilt is, because I'm getting that with this as well. Someone's been holding some guilt over your head, and you're just done with it. You're just done. Here is your message from Spirit to say, you have the power. You have the confidence to move forward, and you can and will do this. Bottom of the deck, you are doing your best, and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. Release the thoughts and feelings that don't feel good. Focus all of your energy on love, happiness, and your hopes and dreams. There it is. There it is. Refocus your energy. So here we have reboot your thoughts. Focus on the good in your life. Stop looking outside of yourself for the answers. Everything is within yourself. Take responsibility for your choices and show up in an authentic way. Release guilt. Let your feelings out, even the scary ones. You have the power, and your life is so special. I love this. So, that is your message for today. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I really, truly appreciate your energy exchange. And I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and as always, love. Make sure you go within so that you never go without. Make sure you fill your own cup up before you try to fill up anybody else's. And again, be careful whose cup you're filling. Some people don't ever want to replenish your cup. They just want to take from your cup and never put it back. That's what we're cutting out of our lives right now at this point. Just saw 333. And it's making way for a divine counterpart. There it is. This is a loving exchange. It is easy. It is free flowing. We are authentic. I love it. So anyways, thank you all again so much for being here. Keep in mind that I am a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. And I appreciate your time and energy exchange. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.